Hey y'all, welcome back to Homestead. Guys, I want to go over a few things with you about seed starting today. Y'all have seen my videos over and over about how I start seeds indoors, but as a recap and a refresher, what I do for my seed starting mix, I use 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 of peat moss, vermiculite, and perlite. If I had to, I'd use half peat moss, half perlite, or adjust it a little bit. That's what I do. It works beautifully. Now, I've got stations all in my house set up against windows. This right here was actually an old greenhouse that I bought off Amazon. The plastic covering tore up immediately. And so I just saved this and brought it in to use. It's small, very narrow, right here by this window. This is actually in my den. You can see the Christmas tree behind me. But this is where I start seeds for my heat-loving plants because it's right next to an electrical plug, and that is what I need for a heat mat. I'm going to show you all this. This right here is a Vivo Sun heat mat. It's got a controller. I can get that in the picture. And it shows you the actual temp. Right now I'm at 73.7. I've got it set to 80. In here I have peppers that I started yesterday and some herbs. Now, you can adjust the temp for anything you'd like. You don't have to have just heat-loving plants for a heat mat. It could be anything, and you could lower the temp. It just increases germination. Now, this right here is an old set that I bought that had pellets in it. Peat moss pellets that you add water to and they expand. I didn't want to rebuy the pellets. I just used my own seed starting mix. So I have my little plastic bath cups in here, and I'm going to show you those. This is what I use for my seedlings. Step 1. Now, when they get leggy or bigger, I'll move out of this and go to a red Solo cup or any color, it doesn't matter. But I go to the next plastic cup. They have no drainage holes in the bottom. Do not get the paper bath cups. They will disintegrate immediately. It's a mess. Get these and you can reuse them year after year. I get a wad like this, take a screwdriver in the bottom, twist gently, and you go up through there. And then just watch your hand because that's going to poke through it. Just twist back out. And then you have drainage holes in every cup. So you can see here, that's what I do. Now I water these with a turkey baster. That's the best way to water each seedling cup. So that's what I use. And I keep all the seed starting mix in a tote. I just toss it back into the tote right here. And I can take it in and out of the house wherever I want to use it. So that's great. And I keep all my supplies in it that I'm working on at that point in time. For drainage. Now this again is in a plastic bottom. But if I don't have any other way to keep these cups, I'll use the top of a Rubbermaid tote, Sterilite tote, whatever you use. Just be careful with your water level, but I'll just take the pipette, water each one. This will collect it. A lot of times I'll suck up the water that's sitting in the edges and put it back in the cups. That's just what I do. They get dirty over time, you can clean them, but guys, this is the most easy, portable method you can do for seedlings. So during Thanksgiving, I just got on a whim and I wanted to try grow bags. I am going to give you my honest opinion. I ordered 20 5-gallon grow bags and I want you to see these. So I ordered these. This is how they came. And I was so excited because if you know, I have planted in plastic buckets for years. Last year, it was the first year I did not. I said, well, let me try the grow bags. I wanted something portable, and I ordered the 5-gallon because all of the reviews said this is great for tomato plants, peppers, yada, yada, yada. So I got them, and I want you to see one opened up. I usually give great reviews, guys, but I'm going to be honest. I have never been more disappointed in my life. That's 5 gallons. That does not look 5 gallons to me. It may be some way or another, but a 10-foot tomato plant is not going to make it in that. You can look, it's not even the length of my forearm. It's not going to make it. But the good thing is I bought these with handles. They were a little bit more, that way I could transport them around the yard. I know they're not going to live forever, this fabric, but I thought it would be better than the buckets. It would be less noticeable. I do like that water will go through these. It won't stand. So I think I'm going to try smaller plants. I know you can plant bush beans in these, something smaller, maybe a cabbage or a broccoli plant. Definitely herbs. So I'm going to use these for my herbs. But do not get these for 5 gallons and think that they're going to grow a huge tomato plant, because it's just not going to happen. I don't think. You may have had success with it, but I was very, very disappointed in that. I may still try one just for the heck of it, but I was expecting something a lot taller, like a 5-gallon bucket, something bigger. So yet again, the buckets have pulled on through, so to be my favorites. I do like planting in buckets because it's not permanent. That's the whole beauty of it. If you don't want the buckets next year, you don't have to. If you want to move them, if you want to change spots, when you put in a raised bed in your yard, it's there until you're done with it. So that's why I like the idea of the grow bags. Now, let me show you grow light. Just while I'm on seed starting supplies, guys, I bought these several years ago. They're not worth it to me, okay? They're not worth it. If you've got a beautiful sunny window, open up your curtains. If you can allow that in your house, they're good. These are clip-on grow lights, and you can clip them on, so I do like that, but they're kind of floppy, and you have to bend them ever so close over the plant, and they still get leggy. Everything I've planted still gets leggy. If you had no window, yeah, that'd be better than nothing, but I'm just not a fan of that. If I was going to get grow lights, I would get the nice kind that hangs on a bracket that you can raise up or down and spend a little bit more money if I had to have grow lights, if you're starting seedlings in a basement or something like that. Otherwise, natural light to me is the best. You're going to have leggy seedlings no matter what. If you're starting seeds indoors, you're just about going to have it. But to me, and it's got a control right here you can do, it's got blue, purple, and red, and it'll all intermingle, and that's for different like flowers or vegetables. It was just something that I jumped on the bandwagon with, and I don't use. I just don't need it. Sometimes the simpler, tried and true methods work the best. That's kind of how I feel about the greenhouses here and the grow bags. It just wasn't worth it to me. I'll show you these. I bought these 2 years ago, and I just never ended up using them. These are like what my red solo cups would be, the upplanting replacement. This is biodegradable, and it goes in the ground. So you can fill it with potting mix and upplant into that. Now, I'm going to tell you, you could get a bunch for nothing. I think it's great. However, it's not going to be as sturdy as that red solo cup, so just be careful. And guess what? They're going to want to fall over. And they're tall, so they take more room. But I think it's still probably a good thing to have. But if you don't mind punching holes in the cups, I would go on with the plastic cup. Styrofoam cups work great, but they're more expensive, so I always got the plastic cups that are food grade. But those are for seedlings. That's what I would upplant into, not regular plant. I wouldn't plant a pepper seed in this. I would plant the pepper transplant into this and give it more room. I do like how it's tall and narrow. I do like that instead of wide. So that's some things that I've been using to start seeds. These I have not used. I may try actually this summer or this upcoming spring to use these. Okay, so I've got 2 seedlings here, and they are broccoli. Both of these are broccoli, and I want you to see these. These are super leggy, okay? Leggy, what that means is that the plant has a long leg on it. You want really the green leaves as close to the soil as you can get. That way it won't want to topple over. It makes the plant weak. We can fix this though. If you're starting it indoors, like I'm showing you, you're going to have this with all of your plants. It'll lean over, but if you can see in the very center, a true leaf is starting, okay? That's good. When I get true leaves and these get a little bit taller, I will try to upplant. Now, brassicas are very, very notorious for being leggy. My toughest plant to grow indoors from seed is lettuce. Lettuce gets extremely leggy. Leggy is because the plant is trying to go towards the sunlight. It's not getting enough sunlight. So you can see these 2 right here. They are starting to put out little buds for true leaves, but they don't have them yet. Now, if I have 2 in the same one, what I'll do is clip the leggiest one. And right about now is when I want to start doing that, if I know that this one's pretty stable. Now, you can put a fan beside those to blow gentle movement. Try to turn the tray each day. I've done that. Now, with that being said, that's why I upplant into a bigger container. Once I see true leaves, I'll start upplanting. We've done videos on this, several videos on how to fix leggy seedlings, because you're going to get it. But just because you have leggy seedlings doesn't mean it's a flop. That's okay. You can fix it, because when you put it in something the size of a red solo cup, you bury it, okay? You bury it down to the very leaves that you have, and that way roots will form on the sides a lot, especially tomatoes do beautifully that way. They'll start shooting out roots. And so actually, honestly, guys, I think it helps because you get a stronger root system. You've got more roots by the time you're transplanting that outside. I promise you, that's my theory. It's not great to have leggy plants, except on tomatoes. I think it's a good thing. You can fix any of this stuff, though, okay? just go up. Sometimes I'll do a 3-tiered system. I'll go up to like a coffee cup, and then I'll go up to the red solo cup to try to help it along. All it does is it buries it and it stabilizes itself while you're giving it time to let it put on more true leaves. That's it. But I don't upplant these until I see several true leaves and the legginess really starts getting bad. So just let it ride, let it rot like that, and it'll be okay for the next couple of weeks, and then you're going to have to fix it and upplant it. If you've got a greenhouse, high tunnel outside, and you've got the works, then that's probably okay. You're not having this trouble. But if you are like millions of Americans having to start your seeds indoors, that's what you're going to end up with. It's still a lot cheaper than paying $10 for a pack of 6 transplants. It really is, guys. It really, really is. Last but not least, so I talked to you guys about planting by the signs. If you have the almanac, if you don't, that's either one. That's fine. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus on page 121 for the 2024 almanac. That's what you're looking for planting anything, okay? Anything as far as vegetables and all. Libra or bloom days if you're planting herbs that will bloom or flowers. Let's see here. I went ahead and mapped it out. Tomorrow, the 17th, Pisces. So is the 18th. That's the days that you want to plant, okay? Cancer is the best. We don't have a Cancer until the 26th, the day after Christmas, and the 27th. So tomorrow, guys, on Sunday, December the 17th, plant some seeds if you've got them indoors. If you're in zone 8A or 8B, definitely 8A, start some pepper seeds indoors tomorrow. Eggplant, pepper, rosemary, lavender, things like that. It's time now, especially with Easter being early this year. It's bumped up. This winter's crazy, guys. Like, it's cold, but it's not cold. I don't know how to explain it. It's 60 today, but it's still cool outside. It's not heavy winter weather, but it's not full blown, but it's not warm. So it's just very odd this year. I don't know if y'all are experiencing that or not, but it seems like to us, it's just not right outside. So I don't know. Y'all can be the judge of that, but I have a feeling we're going to be in for some wacky weather. So again, now, if I was going to plant something small, this would be great with this grow bag, and that's why I bought the things. That way I could bring them inside or in our garage and tote them around. But again, it's hard for me to believe that's 5 gallons. It may be, but I don't see my 10-foot tomato plants making it in that. I really don't. But I got them cheap. You can get the buckets for $1.25 a piece. If you're using 3-gallon mop buckets. Guys, just do what you think if you can't get a raised bed. But either way, or garden in the ground, you can grow stuff no matter where you are. You can grow many, many things. Hey, and you know what? All kidding aside, say you live in an apartment and this is all you can do right here. Now, I'm not saying buy the greenhouse just for this. Still, it's a fairly good deal. Get you some shelves. Get you some plants. If you've got a source of light. If not, get the grow lights, okay? You can do this, and you can have plants inside. You're going to have to hand pollinate, but if you really want to just grow something, say you're moving out to the country next year, but you just got to see something this year, start it indoors. Start it indoors and let it mature. It doesn't have to just sit here and be a seedling. You can let it keep going. It's not going to do as well, but you can still have plants indoors. A lot of people bring their peppers indoors in the winter. People bring tomato plants indoors. Now, they usually, down here, disease gets to them before there's any saving a tomato plant, but you can try and experiment with things. So I'm just saying, where there's a will, there's a way, and you can definitely start seeds indoors. You can definitely not do this. You can buy transplants. You can have plants indoors. It doesn't matter, but there's a million ways to do it. But that's how we here at Harmon Homestead have decided to do this, and it's just what I love and enjoy. And again, remember, just use an old lid from one of these things, okay, to set all your little bath cups on. If you don't have shelves, you can put them in the floor, okay, in front of a window. If you have a huge window, you can do so many things with this. Put it on a table. That's the easiest way to do it. Casserole pans, do not buy those, the aluminum ones, because they will crack and you will have water seeping through there. Get something plastic, okay? Keep it out of the elements. That's the best thing. So anyways, that's some tips and tricks on how to start seeds and how we start seeds indoors and what we've got going. Yesterday, I planted herbs and peppers. I know it was not a good day to plant, but I'm going to do a trial comparison compared to tomorrow and plant the same ones. Keep posted for that. We got those results coming to you as soon as my seedlings sprout. Guys, we'll see you next time on Harmon Homestead.